You're listening to Potty Mouth Radio, the home of movies, music, television, and comedy. This podcast is filmed in front of a live studio audience and contains coarse language. Could it be any more spoilery about a 25-year-old sitcom? Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening or good night, whatever time of day you're choosing to join us here at the one where we watched a Friends Rewatch podcast, where this week we watched the one with the candy hearts.
That was a lot.
Oh yeah, well,
Settle down.
It's Valentine's Day.
Not here. Not anywhere.
In Friends it is, in the Friends
Didn't this one air in December?
No. Yeah, you've still got your flu, don't you?
I do.
Oh God, that thing is hanging on.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, remember when you had a week in bed?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't affect the podcast.
Okay, fuck off.
Because I have my priorities straight.
Yeah, a podcast you don't get paid for versus my paying job. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
This is the 14th episode of Friends. It aired on February 9, 1995. Here's a fun fact for you. This episode, written by Bill Lawrence. Superstar showrunner, went on to create and write Scrubs.
That's right.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Around this time, he would have been probably, I'm guessing, most well known for Spin City, if that was even on the air at this point. But Bill Lawrence is an incredible writer who's gone on to have a great career. So I found this very interesting.
I do like this episode, so good job, Bill, I guess.
I guess it
all
means
of
that
the Bills.
Bill Lawrence gave us the first Oh My God.
Yeah.
Because Janice is back, baby. It's the third time that Chandler dumps her already. Episode 14. Telling you, these guys, they're like star-crossed lovers. They were meant to be together.
As she tells him.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Well, this is an even-numbered episode, which means that it's your turn to do the synopsis in 30 seconds.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm not ready.
Too bad. Here you go.
Okay. The cold open is, Ross is like, hey, I like that girl. I borrowed an egg from her once in our apartment building. And the guys give him an egg and tell him to go over there and ask her out. Before Valentine's Day, he does, and he goes on a date with her, and it turns out they're at the same restaurant with Carol and Susan. In the meantime, Joey wants to go on a double date with this girl he's been wanting to go out with for ages, and he convinces Chandler to come along. Turns out it's Janice, trouble ensues, and the girls have a cleansing.
Oh, that doesn't count.
It does count.
That does not
have
count.
a cleansing.
You can't talk over the top of the horn.
I can and I will.
No, you mess with the bull, you get the horn, my friends.
Why is the horn still there?
Well, because of bullshit like this. The horn will stay until you play by the rules, Missy.
What? Take the horn away.
Yeah.
Or I won't play anymore.
Okay. Well, we start, as you mentioned, the cold open is in the coffee shop and Ross is checking out this attractive girl who lives in his building and she lent him an egg once.
Yes.
Which Joey thinks puts him in. You know, like he's in.
He's like, I'll get you an egg. And he asks the waitress, hey, can we have an egg in a shell? I don't think restaurants and cafes give those out.
Well, I mean, have we ever actually seen the cafe serve food other than like mini muffins and stuff? Surely there's no eggs at Central Perk.
I mean, I assume the other people sitting at tables maybe are eating food.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I don't think they just give those out. if when I was a waitress, if someone had asked me for an egg, I'd assume it was a joke.
Yeah, even before Joey has the brilliant idea to get him an egg to return to her, she recognizes Ross and calls out hi. His response is absolute gold.
It is Shrimmer's finest.
Oh,
hey.
We've all been there. One of our great friends we used to mock relentlessly when he was a teen. Oh yeah, we mock him. Yeah, but he was in a car and he thought it'd be really cool to yell out "Hey" to some good-looking girls. He rolls down his window and goes, "Hey!"
He had a big testy ball.
It was so funny. Oh man.
And now he's married with 3 kids. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. But yeah, so Ross is striking out. Chandler tells him, the Rachel thing isn't happening. His ex-wife is a lesbian. I don't think we need a third thing. And that's when Joey has the brilliant idea to get an egg.
Yep.
I mean, is this a good idea?
Oh, I mean, yeah. Like, as a woman, sure, you would have fallen for that shit. It's so dumb. But
Really?
it was the 90s.
You would have fallen for that?
Yes.
Wow.
I would have been like, oh, he remembered.
I always think men are stupid, but it sounds like women are pretty stupid.
Women were stupid. We've gotten smarter. We've wisened up to your bullshit. Yeah, so then, but as Ross goes over, Joey's like, do you think it's going to work? And Chandler's like, no, the man's got an egg. It's suicide.
It's suicide. That is probably my favourite line of this episode.
I love that they'll just send Ross over on these stupid endeavours.
Yeah.
At their expense.
Well,
for their laughter.
Yeah, but do you think that Joey was genuine? Like, do you think that Joey... So you think
Joey
thought it would work? Yeah, I guess.
Or did it? Or did he just go over and chat to her? Because he actually still has the egg when he comes back and they hug.
Oh, that's
and
true.
Then they crack the egg.
Maybe he didn't.
Why?
Oh, yeah, maybe he didn't even
Why do
use
they
the
need
egg.
to stay together in the hug, though? They start to walk as like one unit to, I assume, the bathroom or the kitchen for a towel or something, like a washer. But isn't it in his pocket? Like, why do they have to walk as...
Yeah.
It's also just so dumb.
Mm.
It's like you would see it if it was in the pocket. It would stick out. It's an egg.
Yeah. So, yeah, Monica and Phoebe come into the coffee shop and Monica's telling Phoebe that you cannot go out on a date with Roger tomorrow. It's Valentine's Day.
Because Roger is the worst.
Well, and you can... there's plenty of Valentine's Days you can date creeps, but don't date Roger, not tomorrow.
Yep. And then she says she does it all the time.
Yeah.
And Phoebe's response I actually find very out of character. I can't be alone on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That's not Phoebe. Phoebe doesn't give a shit about that shit.
Yeah.
I find this poor writing. Bill Lawrence.
Oh,
it's all the Bills of Hollywood. They're all letting us down.
What is it with you, Billies? With Bill Lawrence. Good God.
What is it with you, Billies?
Oh, okay. Shots fired. So you think that Phoebe would not care about being alone on Valentine's Day?
No, not at all.
All right. That's interesting.
Okay. Yep, I've made my point. Can we move on?
And so they all talk about what they're doing tomorrow. Joey's taking Chandler on a double date. I find the wording here interesting. He says, come on, she's needy, she's vulnerable. I'm thinking cha-ching.
Yeah.
And Chandler hasn't been on a date since Janice.
That is not okay. It sounds, once again, very predatory.
A bit predatory, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
It's a bit despicable, Joey.
But that's Joey.
Yeah.
He's Joey. He's disgusting. He preys on vulnerable women on double dates.
Oh. Yeah. And so he convinces Chandler to go. Chandler's like, oh, all right.
So then Chandler and Joey are at the restaurant and they're waiting for their dates. And Joey's date comes in. Very attractive girl, and Chandler comes out with, remember, no trading. You get the pretty one, I get the mess.
Yeah, like that's his shtick. Or that's the only way he can get with someone is if they're a mess. I don't know. It's all yucky.
Yeah. Joey's date says something weird here. She says that she's going to go wash the cab smell off her hands.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I guess.
I've never heard anybody say anything remotely close to that sentence.
Like if you wanted to say you wash the subway smell off your hands, maybe.
Even then, would it be on your hands? I feel like you just say, oh, I'm going to go like...
freshen up.
Yeah. I just feel like it's very odd phrasing.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's implying, she's a bit fancy.
Yeah. And so she asked the guys to, get a glass of white for her and a glass of red for Janice. And this is when, which is funny because, I mean, it's New York. There's millions of people. There's got to be more than one Janice. But instantly the guys start putting together that this is Janice.
I love Joey's face there, though. He doesn't say anything, but he's like, no, surely not. He does it with his face, though, and it's great.
But it is because Janice is there in all her glory. And this is the iconic, oh my God. The very first time.
Yep.
Oh,
I
man.
know. And
these two are meant to be together. I feel like it's a love story that's honestly,
spans a decade.
Yeah, I wish that Chandler and Janice had got together.
No way.
Yeah, 100%. Janice gives a speech at the end of this episode, which we'll get to when we get there. But yeah, I'm with Janice.
How can you ever think Janice deserves Chandler?
Yep.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, okay, that's what
he treats her poorly. I don't want them to end up together. I want her to end up happy, and she does, and not with Chandler, who treats her poorly.
Yeah,
Yep.
because next up we cut to the bathroom and Chandler is bashing his head against the vanity. He says he's going to go out the window. I really like this scene too.
Which is just pathetic.
Joey's trying to pee and he can't because Chandler's talking, which is making him nervous.
Yeah, which holds up. Holds up for future episodes.
I get the same thing. I get shy bladder.
Really?
Yeah. You don't know what it's like because you don't have an open communal space where you are supposed to pee.
No.
Men have the trough, and I can't go in the trough. I can't do it. Even if I'm the only person in the bathroom, I stand right up against the side so that I'm like against the wall. But I still, takes me so much effort to be able to urinate there because I'm so conscious that anyone could come in at any time.
Well, imagine you'd push two humans out your penis and, like, let me tell you, you wouldn't have much control over anything then. It just happens when it happens. Okay?
I guess, yeah.
So shut up and get over it.
Yeah, so I'm with Joey here.
I would love a shy bladder.
I wouldn't be able to pee either. But you know what annoys me about this? Joey is in a cubicle. He could close the door. I think that there is
hanging out to have a conversation. It's weird.
Honestly, there is a special place in hell for people who use the cubicle with the doors open. That space is reserved for someone who needs to pee with a shy bladder or needs to shit. And you're taking that cubicle up to do something you could do in the trough. You're a selfish man. I hate it. I hate it.
Okay.
It angers me.
I think we've gone to a weird place.
So I'm with Chandler when he starts to yell at Joey like a drill sergeant.
Well, he is very angry because now he has to go out and be on a double date with Janice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we cut to the girls at the apartment, Monica's apartment, of course, and they're talking about bad dates they've had and bad, like, sexual experiences and stuff.
Yeah,
and
quite sexual talk.
Whatever. But Rachel is talking about, and then this guy, and then this guy, and I'm like, wait, haven't you just been with Barry and Paolo? Or is it implied that she's been with more people by then?
Rachel
or is she
only
talking
talks
about high school?
Yeah, Rachel only talks about one guy, which I think is in high school, because she's talking about it as if it's someone Monica knows. She's talking about the guy who cries after sex.
I thought she was talking about someone Phoebe would know as well.
Maybe.
So I was like, who's this supposed to be?
And then Monica talks about the I win guy, the guy who yells out I win when he drops cummies.
Drops cummies. Please don't say that. And then, I love the line, I didn't win once.
And Phoebe says that she's a magnet. Well, no, in fact, they're talking about how they're all magnets for bad guys. And Phoebe says, well, I know I'm a magnet. That's why I can't wear a digital watch. Which
I love her so much.
I love Phoebe more and more. So here we are, episode 14. It was the very first episode. I said that I think Phoebe's one of my least favorites. And you said that by the end of this rewatch, she'll be my favorite.
Yep.
I think we're there.
Yep.
I think we're there.
I told you. She's the best. She's actually the best.
Yeah, because Phoebe then suggests that they could do a cleansing ritual. Her friend Abby, who shaves her head, does them all the time.
Yeah. And to which Rachel says, this woman is voluntarily bald. Which, I get it was the 90s, but, it's just not a thing anymore. You can be bald if you want.
It was a big deal. Do you remember? I mean, it must have been late 2000s, like maybe 2008, when Britney Spears shaved her head.
Yeah, well, she was having a complete mental breakdown.
I know, but you know, here's the weird thing. She ran out on the street and hit a car with an umbrella.
Yeah.
No one really cared about that. It was the head shaving that everyone was like, oh man, she's gone batshit.
Because she shaved her head.
Yeah, voluntarily.
And now it's like...
She's as bad as Phoebe's friend Abby.
Now it's a thing like women do. Like they shave their hair. They can shave like the sort of like nape of neck to like... what's it called? Like it's almost like an undercut, but you leave your hair long.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
And I think, wow, that looks so cool. And like literally cool. Like you would be cool in summer.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it would be a little cooler on the back of your neck. I'm like, that's a good idea.
Okay.
These women are onto something.
So yeah, Phoebe suggests that they could do a cleansing ritual on Valentine's Day. There's two ways they can do it.
Yep.
You know, they can burn stuff that they gave us, or we can, you know, chant and dance around naked with sticks.
And so, of course, Rachel and Monica being the people they are, they chose burn stuff.
Yeah.
And can I just say, is it Abby who Ross dates later?
No,
who
it's
shaves
not.
Her head? I didn't think
not.
it was.
So Phoebe, I guess, has two friends who shave their heads.
Or friends is just really inconsistent ones.
Nah, I'm going with Phoebe's the kind of person who has multiple friends with
I mean, I buy both.
heads.
I both. Yeah, 100%.
So then we're back at the restaurant. Joey and his date are virtually eating each other. They have their hands in each other's mouths.
And they're chewing a breadstick together like Lady and the Tramp style.
Yeah.
Like, firstly, no one actually does that in public. It's not a Disney movie.
Secondly, Joey doesn't share food.
Yes, inconsistencies already.
Yes.
And then, like... So they're chewing this breadstick down and then they start pashing each other.
Yeah.
Wow, I sound like I'm in the 90s now. Pashing.
Pashing. They're macking on. Be more Aussie.
But, like the way they're kissing as well. Your mouth is full of food.
Yeah.
That's yucky.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want someone's half-chewed breadstick, like, floating around my mouth.
Well,
Yuck.
Janice and Chandler don't like it either. They are completely silent.
Oh.
Joey's date then goes on to mention that she can pick up quarters with her toes.
Yeah. Rolls of quarters.
Yeah, because she's clearly given him a little foot job under the table.
Like, what the fuck? You would hate these two people. They are the fucking worst.
Yeah. Unsufferable.
No, You were right the first time.
But we get, I think the dialogue here in this scene is some of the best writing that we've had on the show so far.
What?
When Janice is talking to Chandler, they finally break the
Oh, yes, this bit. Sorry. I didn't know what you meant.
She says, you know, I've been cutting you out of all of my pictures. So
I have a bag.
If you want,
full
I have a bag
heads.
of just heads. You can make little puppets out of them, and you can use them in your
theater
of cruelty.
I
love it. I love it, man. It's the way she delivers it too.
Yeah.
The theater of cruelty.
In your theater of cruelty. Oh, wow. Doesn't work with my stuffy nose.
You're even more nasal than Janice right now. You're too nasal for the impression to work.
Yeah, she's great though.
Yeah.
And the way she delivers it. Oh my God. I just love her.
Yeah. But then Joey pulls Chandler aside. His date has suggested they leave because she wants to fuck. And Chandler says...
No. She wants to slather him in things.
And lick it off. He
off.
doesn't even know what slather is.
He doesn't even know what slather is. Jesus.
And I like Chandler's response here. Tell me it's you and me, we.
As in leaving.
Yes. Yeah, not with the slathering. Yeah.
Just had to make that clear.
And Joey agrees to Chandler, okay, I won't do it. I won't leave. Then he hears her order 3 chocolate mousses to go.
Yeah, 3 chocolate mousses to go.
And that's it for Joey.
And then she looks at him and raises her eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They're
again,
bad
I want to
people.
call out, I don't know whether it's an inconsistency in character, but I feel like something is off here. Because, okay, Joey's leaving. That's a bad thing. That tracks, though. Joey would absolutely leave Chandler to go and slather and lick.
Would he leave food for sex?
It's food and sex. It's chocolate mousse.
He's not getting to eat it.
No,
She is.
trust me, as a tourist, that is the dream.
Fuck. Can you shut up, firstly? And secondly, he's not getting to eat it. She is.
Nah, they'll be... Yeah. Anyway.
What? Oh, and your experience of chocolate mousse licking.
But what I don't buy here is that Joey leaves Chandler his credit card.
Yeah. Joey can't afford any of this.
I don't think Joey would even be eligible for a credit card.
No.
I don't think he'd have one. And it was the one bit in this whole entire episode really where I was like, no, I don't buy that.
I completely disagree. The next bit is the most unbelievable. Why would Janice and Chandler stay?
Well, that's exactly right. He goes over to top it all off. His fly is undone. But they stay because he realizes they have Joey's credit card and they're going to get lit. Chandler clicks at the waiter. He says, "Good woman." It's a man.
Yep. No, but if you are finding the whole evening insufferable and then the people you are there for leave, you're off the hook. You don't have to stay there with your ex-girlfriend.
No.
You would order something to go and then you would leave on Joey's account.
Yeah. I think at this point they stay purely out of spite because they have the credit card. I buy it.
Nah, no way. Unless on some level he wanted to stay there with Janice.
Well, true, because then smash cut to smashing. Chandler wakes up. Janice is lying next to him.
And this is one of those moments where widescreen has ruined the shot because what we're supposed to see and what we're only supposed to see
is Chandler laying in bed.
Yeah, and he scratches his chin or something with his hand, but he realizes there's still 2 hands laying on his chest. And he's like, wait, how do I have 3 hands? And then it pans out and you're meant to see Janice there. But now
the
you
shot's
see...
wide enough, you see her the whole time.
Yeah, now you see all of it, and it's ruined.
She wakes up and says, Happy Valentine's Day. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, so good. I love Janice. Remember once when we just watched Janice episodes?
Oh, yeah, I made a playlist called The Ones with Janice.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I love her so much. So, and then we cut to the next scene, which is also brilliant because she starts to walk out the door and he tries to very quickly close it behind her. And the way it's done is just really funny. And she stops it and she goes, kiss me.
Kiss me. I miss you already. Can you believe this happened? No, I really can't.
No, I really can't. On Valentine's Day.
But yes, I love this scene because then Monica comes out and says, hi. She is
Janice.
shocked. She rushes back inside. Rach, you got to come see who's out here. And I love Chandler's response every time. Janice is going to go away now.
Yeah. And then Joey comes home and he's like, he's trotting up those stairs.
Joey's home now. This is like a reunion in the hallway.
You're not doing it right. You're butchering it.
It's
like a reunion in the hallway.
That's probably your best Janice you've done.
Oh, I can.
But my favorite part of this scene is then at the end when Monica brings out the phone and it's Ross. He's like, I've got someone here you have to say hi to.
And she's like, yes, Ross, it's me.
How did you know? It is absolutely
I'm hurt, though, that Phoebe
brilliant.
is not involved. I wish Phoebe was called.
Yeah.
And I love Joey's like, what the fuck? But on some level, I also just feel really sorry for Janice in this scene. They're kind of all, in a way, making fun of her. And she's not a bad person.
Yeah.
She's nice.
She's a queen.
She just has a nasally voice, but that's enough to rag on her? I don't get it. Yeah,
but we know that Chandler's like that. And we find that in future episodes as well. There's a whole episode where they go through reasons that he broke up with people.
Yes. He's petty, but I feel like the rest of the group shouldn't hate on Janice quite so much. Maybe Joey, because he has to hear them at night. But I don't know. I love her. I would be happy if Janice was in our friendship group.
Yeah. So then we're at a teppanyaki restaurant where Ross is on his date with Egg Woman.
Egg Woman.
And
she does have a name and an occupation, which, funnily enough, is not her major.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, Ross is being the most awkward. I feel like this is worse than the gas conversation. He's talking about dogs.
Yeah.
And how, dogs age...
7
relatively
to 1,
so if a dog catches a flight, he doesn't just lose 3 hours, he loses a week and a half. And she kind of gives a laugh at first. That
is funny.
And they just sit in silence.
It's very awkward.
It gets even more awkward though, because the next 2 people to walk in the door are Carol and Susan for Valentine's
Susan's
Day.
face when she sees him, I love it so much.
Yeah.
She's well, fuck this night.
I mean, more great acting from Schwimmer though, when his date, when he finally, that's my ex-wife and that woman is her
close personal friend.
Yeah. Anything else I should know? No, that's it. She stands up and takes her jacket off. Oh, and she's pregnant with my baby. I always forget that part.
Yeah, he delivers it very well.
Oh, yeah. I can't think of anything more awkward. And it's a great setting to do this at a teppanyaki restaurant where famously you all kind of sit in a big
and you all face each other.
Chef. Yeah.
It's not even you can just look at each...
and just ignore.
Look at the person across the table from you and ignore the other table. It's a big U shape and the chef does some stuff, but he comes and goes.
Yep.
Do you remember your 30th birthday at the teppanyaki restaurant that I organised?
Yeah.
And the guy threw an entire bowl of fried rice. It was supposed to be caught in a bowl.
Yeah.
But my sister just dropped it all over her handbag. There's a photo of fried rice all over her handbag. Yeah. Her uncoordination is uncanny.
So then we're at the Monica's apartment and the girls are preparing for their burning ceremony.
Yep.
Phoebe, very voraciously exclaims that they now need the semen of a righteous man. Which is very funny, but I find even funnier Rachel's response. If we had that, we wouldn't be doing this ritual in the first place.
Ew.
And they start burning things that belong to their exes. Why did Rachel keep someone's boxer shorts?
Yeah.
It wasn't Barry's. So it wasn't even like it was someone she was with long enough for, I found it weird that she had someone's boxer shorts.
You bin those. You bin those.
I mean, look.
They're yucky.
I try to be as clean as I can, but I don't think I have a pair of boxer shorts that don't have either a hole or or both on them.
Oh my God, what do you do in the bathroom?
It's the sweat. Men are sweaty.
Ew, let's cut this conversation short. Yucky. Yeah, either way, you would definitely get rid of those.
Yeah. Monica's burning a picture of an ex who's completely naked, which again, I mean, don't keep exes' nude pics.
Yeah. Oh, he's wearing a sweater. No. Ew.
Very airy. And then Rachel decides to burn Pablo's booze.
Yeah.
I guess she doesn't know that booze is highly, highly flammable.
Yeah, because it's a special, Italian booze.
Which probably I think what it is it's homemade.
They have put wine in there before at some point previous. They have, because they needed... one part of the ingredients when Phoebe was quoting, they threw in some. But Paolo's is obviously highly flammable.
I mean, my best friend growing up was Romanian, and my best friend in primary school was Croatian. Europeans, they just make whatever, I remember both of their dads having 80% bottles that they made themselves in the bathtub.
Oh, you know me, I love some hard liquor. That's the only stuff I like. It's the Viking in me.
So then we're down at the coffee shop, and Chandler is asking Joey how he can dump Janice on Valentine's Day.
What a prick.
To which Joey replies, I don't know, you dumped her on New Year's.
Yeah, which should point out to Chandler what a bad person he is.
Yeah.
But he doesn't see it that way. He sees himself still as the victim.
Yeah, he's scum.
A little bit scummy.
Because then adorable Janice comes in saying, hello, funny Valentine, which I love again.
Hello, funny Valentine. Yeah. And he goes, hello, just Janice.
Yeah. And she kisses Joey repeatedly, saying hello, to which he just says, if you don't do it, I will.
And the lipstick all over his head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was such a sad time. Women felt like they had to wear so much makeup all the time. So that's where we leave them for a bit. We go back to the teppanyaki restaurant, and the chef is doing, the teppanyaki tricks.
Yeah.
And he flips some meat into Ross's mouth, but of course it's come off a scalding hot surface.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh.
Yeah.
They're so much fun. We should go do another one.
We should. Then Susan's pager goes off, and she has to leave. She's got to go to work. So Carol's sitting there all sad.
And what does Susan do?
I was just going to ask you that.
She was like, I thought they could shoot it without you or something. Like there's a photo shoot or something happening on Valentine's Day?
Does she work at a magazine or something, maybe? I have no clue. Maybe she's in advertising. I don't think we ever find out.
This was the start of that era of thinking you could be available 24 hours. A pager can reach someone. No, piss off.
Yeah. We should track it and make note of if we ever actually find out what Susan does. Because... nighttime on Valentine's, very, very few jobs would pull you away for that.
Yeah, it's not like she's a doctor or anything. So, and then Carol sits there all alone, looking sad.
That's right. And so Ross is just watching her and feeling bad for her. He's not listening to his date at all. This is where she's telling him the story about her job and how it has nothing to do with her major.
Yeah. And then he says, would it be weird to invite her over? Of which the woman clearly wants to say, yes.
Yeah.
It would be weird if you invited your pregnant ex-wife over to our table.
Oh, yeah.
Our end of the table.
And then he makes it weird for the entire restaurant, asking everybody to scooch.
Yeah.
These people will scooch.
You'll scooch over, won't you? It's such an American word, isn't it? Scooch. We don't say that here.
What do we say?
Move.
Yeah. Move. Oi.
Oi, you'll fucking move, won't you?
Yeah. And so this is where he introduces Carol to his date, and he has no idea anything about her. Doesn't know what her job is because
this is blah. And she does something which, funnily enough, isn't even her major.
Yeah, I don't even think that that's what she was talking about. I don't think that story was about her current job. I mean, I must admit, a bit like Ross, I wasn't paying that much attention either. But I don't
No,
think
they actually mute her feed there.
But
you don't really hear her.
I don't. From what I heard, I don't think that story was even actually about her current job. I think Ross has it completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he's not interested. He just needed to go out with someone on Valentine's Day. Why are Americans so obsessed with Valentine's Day?
Well, apparently Valentine's Day is the busiest night for firefighters because then we're at the girl's apartment and 3 burly, handsome firemen are there. They've seen many a boyfriend bonfire. This is their third call this evening.
Yep, busiest night of the year.
I wonder how much truth there is to that. I mean, I'm sure the Friends writers didn't do any research, but I reckon stuff like this happens. And Valentine's Day also candles, lots of candles. I reckon that it actually would be a very busy night for firefighters.
Probably.
People light all their candles, they get drunk and go to the bedroom and get it on and don't blow the candles out.
Yes.
Like, I reckon shit happens.
Yeah. It does easily happen. It does. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah, okay. You lit the bathtub on fire.
Yes, by accident.
Yeah.
It easily happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You were distracted playing Cut the Rope.
Oh, that was an iPad game, not some weird poo game.
Shit, I don't think anybody went there.
I don't know. I was playing on the iPad in the bath. It was when I had very terrible anxiety, and you would put me in a bath with candles, and it was very lovely. And 5 hours later, I'd get out, and I just left it there, and our smoke alarm saved us all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our hallways is all sooty and ashy.
So we're at the coffee shop again. Janice has brought Chandler custom-made candy hearts. They say Chan and Jan forever.
Which is so fucking cute.
And I
hope that's what their wedding invites would say in an alternate universe. Chan and Jan invite you.
And the way that Joey is glaring in the background and tells Chandler to hurry it up.
And the way Chandler throws the bag of personalized candy hearts just callously on the table.
Yeah.
Justice for Janice.
Yes, because then he launches straight into it. Okay, Janice, hey, Janice.
Hey.
I love the way he says, though, there's no way for me to tell you this. I mean, at least there's no new way for me to tell you this. But her response is the best because she just says,
she's a queen.
That's fine. She knows it isn't the end. You love me, Chandler Bing. Oh, no, I don't.
You can't get enough of me. You want me. You need me. Oh, no, I don't. You have to have me. You're like a foghorn.
Oh, no. Okay. Stop talking for a second. Stop talking. I think we actually need to just play that clip really quickly because her delivery of that foghorn.
What are you talking about? I just nailed it for you.
No, you really didn't. We have to hear, mate, the great Maggie Wheeler do the foghorn.
Yep. Remember when we saw her in X-Files and she didn't talk with a nasally accent?
Yeah.
We were like, what? We thought that was your whole personality. It was so devastating. We were like, oh, she just talks normal. Normal, as our 5-year-olds would say.
You love me, Chandler Bing.
How can he not? How can he hear that and not just fall in love with her?
Why do you think we keep ending up together? New Year's? Who invited who? Valentine's? Who asked who into whose bed?
I did, but...
You seek me out. Something deep in your soul calls out to me like a foghorn. Janice!
Oh, man, it is so good. And you know what? She is 100% right.
Yeah.
This is the third time that he has asked her out and dumped her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. Their love story is epic. I want them to be together.
No, she deserves better than him.
Well,
he's a piece of shit to her. I like that him and Monica end up together. I like their relationship.
Yeah.
It feels very natural. A lot of their relationship feels like our relationship.
Yeah.
They're on an even keel. He would always feel like he was a better person than Janice for no particular reason, in that he just doesn't have a nasally voice.
And yet he is struck dumb. He yells out, "Call me," as she's leaving because a little part of him thinks that she's right.
Yeah. And then Joey gives the okay sign with like a menacing like Satan eyebrow. It's so weird.
Satan eyebrow.
Yeah, it's a Satan eyebrow. Like in a cartoon, when you make a deal with the devil, that's what Satan does. He has like that eyebrow. See,
How can I convince you to never do that again?
I'm making the face at you right now.
So then we're back at the teppanyaki place, and Ross is now just talking to Carol. He hasn't even realised yet that his date is gone. He thinks she's in the bathroom. Her coat is gone.
Yeah. Which Carol has to point out to him.
Yeah, and he lays his head down on the grill. It's hot, but, he's just despondent.
Well, he says it's hot, but he comes up with a mushroom that's not even cooked. Yeah. So which is it, guys?
And I really, really, really like this scene.
Really?
I like this so much. I do. He realizes...
No, sorry. I like what leads into this scene. I don't like what happens in this scene.
Well, there's one thing I don't like, but we'll get there. He recognizes that he hasn't really moved on.
No.
It's easy to talk to Carol. Like
They're
find it
together.
But that's what I find and what I like about this scene. Not once does he say, I still love you or anything. It's not about that.
Yes.
It's about the ease of it. He knows her. He's comfortable with her.
Yeah, he doesn't have to put himself out with her.
And I do really like that.
Yeah, I think he delivers it really well.
I think the thing we don't like is probably the same thing.
The kiss?
Yeah, so I like the next bit. He suggests they give it another shot. He says, I know what you're going to say. You're a lesbian, but let's just stick a pin in that.
Yeah. Which is stupid, but, like for comedy's sake, fine, whatever.
I mean, a kiss on the cheek or something, fine. This is a very full, open-mouthed kiss.
Yes.
For people who aren't a couple, one of whom is a lesbian.
In a relationship with another woman. Like,
I think
this is cheating on Susan.
Not only is it cheating on Susan, I think that this is actually a pretty cruel move of Carol. I think Ross has made it very clear in those previous lines how vulnerable he is, how despondent he is.
Yeah.
For her to kiss him in that way, I don't like.
Yeah, and then it just turns cheesy. That thing we put a pin in. I think it's time to take the pin out. Like, it was such good writing that then was just ruined.
Yeah, and then I do like, again, we actually do, once again, this episode, I'll give it credit where it's due, we end on a joke. We have a button to this scene. We don't leave it on the emotional scene and ruin it. She says, the right woman is waiting for you. And he says, well, it's easy for you to say you found one already.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is the funniest bit. The funniest bit is immediately afterwards when that woman walks by and Ross is kind of checking her out. And Carol just very, very quickly says, not her.
Yeah, but why does she say not her? Is it implied that the woman's a bit of a hoe bag?
That's what I think.
She's got a short skirt?
Yes.
That's no, we don't need to do that, Carol. That's not okay. People can wear short skirts. People can be hoe bags. We don't need to slut shame. No, it's true.
And then we get the tag of the episode where the ladies are talking to the firemen. They say they'll come by after midnight when they get off work. Yep. Monica wants them to bring the truck. She's very
excited for the truck.
The one of the firefighters says let them ring the bell. Monica is thrilled by this.
And the audience is too.
Have you ever ridden in a fire truck?
No, never.
I got to sit in one once.
Really?
But it wasn't actively moving.
Lame.
But it was, I got to say, it was still pretty thrilling.
Really?
Yeah.
Your life makes me sad.
So the cleansing worked. The cleansing worked for them.
And now we've got 3 guys, fire guys, and they're all like giggling like little schoolgirls. They're so excited and they're so nice, and it's going to be great because they've been cleansed of bad guys. And then we cut to the stairway,
leaving in the hallway. Yeah.
Are you going to tell them you're married? No, my girlfriend doesn't know. Why would I tell them?
Yeah.
They're such dicks.
I think that's a really strong closer. I liked this episode a lot.
Did you know that the divorce rate amongst occupations is highest amongst firefighters?
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
That's interesting for several reasons.
And do you know what the highest rate of suicide is? It's really sad.
No.
Vets.
Vets.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, to any American listeners, not army vets.
Oh, veterinarians.
Yes.
Animal doctors.
Animal doctors, just to be clear.
I knew what you meant.
I mean, possibly might be amongst vets too, but...
Yeah. The firefighter thing I find interesting for several reasons, because I wonder who's instigating that, whether it's the firefighters or whether it's their wives who are sick of them always being, out and on call and stuff that creates
and sleeping
tension.
with a bunch of people. Yeah.
Well, hang on. You are generalizing a lot based on a sitcom from 25 years ago.
And yet I feel like that would be a part of it.
Jeez. Okay, so we've established that Nooska hates firefighters.
No, I don't.
I liked this episode a lot. I'm a 9. I think this is my favorite of season 1 so far.
Really? I'm an 8 on this one. I like it, but it's not like everything.
Yeah, I like all the storylines though. I mean, I love Janice. Always happy to have Janice back.
Yep.
I think the girls having their moments with the, lighting the stuff on fire is very funny. I like the Ross and Carol stuff up until the kiss. Yeah, I'm pretty strong on this episode.
If it wasn't for the kiss, I'd probably be a 9.
I'm almost as strong on this episode as I am at lightning rounds.
Mate, you're even with me, so calm down. Also, I think I should get a pity point because I'm sick.
No, absolutely not. Your 1 point question. What does Ross draw on Rachel's face when she falls asleep on the plane?
A mustache?
That is correct.
All right, your 1 point question. When Rachel ran away from her wedding, who was she supposed to have married? Come on.
Barry, the evil orthodontist.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, your 2 point question. And I'm hoping that this one's going to stump you. Chandler's father goes by what drag queen name?
Oh, fuck. Why do I keep getting the obscure hard ones?
If you don't get it, I think that just proves you're not really a Friends fan.
Oh, piss off. Like you would get it if this was at you.
I would. I know the answer.
Because you're looking at the card. Something Von something.
No. The answer is Helena Handbasket.
Oh. Actually, I was never going to get that. Okay. Well, I'm happy to lose that point. All right. What are Rachel's sisters called? Mate.
Oh,
Mate.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh, here we go. I might come out on top of you at last.
It's Christina Applegate and Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, that's the actresses' names.
Amy and Jill. Did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right.
Okay.
It's your favourite sister, Jill. No, it's Amy. I love the episodes with them.
What is it that Phoebe says? Is it the one who spoiled or the one who bit someone or something like that? I forget. Oh, man.
Those are going to be fun episodes.
Yeah. All right. Well, next up is the one with the stoned guy, which I think is our first really big actor cameo on the show.
Yeah. Yep.
So that will be a lot of fun. In the meantime, if you're enjoying this show, please, as I say every week, give us 5-star ratings, reviews, share it with everybody.
Stop telling people what to do.
I'm not going to stop telling them what to do. You listen to me, people. I will tell you what to do, just like Joey tells Chandler to break up with Janice. Rate us, review us, share it. If you want to support us, you can head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/pottymouthradio. All of our other shows are there on the Pottymouth Network. So check out, Hunt for the Perfect Album, where Dave and I talk music. We watched a thing. And we've also
talk about movies.
Yeah, we've also got Dungeons and Dragons podcast in the works, which I know Noosk is thrilled about.
I'm not thrilled about the record times, but anyway.
So thank you all for joining us here on The One Where We Watch, and we'll catch you next week with the one with the stoned guy.
Janice.